we know that the administration's policy hasn't changed. It is not conditioning weapons to Israel. But when you go and make such an authorization of the transfer in recent weeks, even if the actual weapons transfer has been approved years ago, don't you think that is going to damage the weight of your word, your credibility, and basically your sincerity in saying that far too many Palestinians have been killed?
I do not agree with that at all. We have been very clear that we want to see Israel do everything it can to minimize civilian casualties. We have made clear that they need to do that they need to operate at all times in full compliance with international humanitarian law. At the same time, we are committed to Israel's right to self-defense, and this is a long-term commitment the United States has made, that it made before October 7th, and that continues.
Just to follow up, a 2,000-pound bomb is self-defense, in your opinion?
So they need to have the ability to defend themselves against a very well-armed adversary, like I said, Iran.
Okay, we get it. You want Israel to bomb Iran. But just for the record, those 2,000-pound bombs have been used extensively so far in Israel's campaign on Gaza and will likely be used in any Rafah assault as well. Speaking of which, remember how there was supposed to be a meeting in D.C. between White House national security officials and their Israeli counterparts to allegedly discuss alternatives to a Rafah invasion and ways to limit civilian casualties? But then Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu got all pissy and canceled the meeting because the U.S. didn't veto a ceasefire resolution that passed the UN Security Council. Remember that? Well, that meeting did end up going down on Monday over video. According to the White House's readout of the call, quote, the two sides over the course of 2 hours had a constructive engagement on Rafah. They agreed that they share the objective to see Hamas defeated in Rafah. The U.S. side expressed its concerns with various courses of action in Rafah. The Israeli side agreed to take these concerns into account and to have follow-up discussions between experts. Oh yes, we'll take your concerns into account. That's what the customer service rep says to the guy who calls every week about Pop-Tarts getting smaller. Not what you say to request to stop doing a genocide. By the way, the Pop-Tarts are getting smaller. But as long as the U.S. keeps supplying the weapons for Israel's war on Gaza, then it doesn't get credit for raising concerns about the tens of thousands dead and hundreds of thousands that could be dead. We don't even know how many Palestinians have been killed in Israel's campaign. A component of Israel's assault here is to eliminate the infrastructure required to even be able to provide medical care and log casualties in such high magnitudes. Also, the blockade and indiscriminate bombing by design keeps the international press out of Gaza. The Netanyahu government also wants to keep it out of Israel as it faces mass protests calling for Bibi's ouster. Israel said it will move to ban Al Jazeera from the country next. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, if you want to see Means Morning News in its complete form, not just the clips we post here, head on over to Means TV and get access to all our new episodes and our entire backlog, plus tons of other great movies and original TV shows.